What is going on to you, crew? Welcome back to another episode of the Totally Unqualified podcast. We're up to episode 72. Fun fact, 72 is my football number before I broke my spine and retired from football.
So, man.
Yeah,
you're going to the league, though. You're going to
I know,
league.
I was. You know, every NFL team should probably retire the number 72 in my honor. For sure. Especially the Green Bay Packers. But if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating and review. We have a great episode planned out for you guys today. Bobby Wagner is in the news after he signed with his new team that I'm sure Jake is not too fond of right there. Bruce Arians just went up and, joined or pulled a Brad Stevens and joined management of the Bucs, retired as the head coach. So the Bucs have a new head coach. And we're going to end the episode with some hot take trades that we think will happen in the NFL before the NFL draft. But before we get into that, I'm, of course, joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Gage Hall, Jake Maltese. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Same old stuff, chilling. I was off today. I've done a whole lot of nothing. I know that I'm officially getting old because I fell asleep just sitting straight up earlier. So, I got to work on that. But otherwise, I'm good.
I got to work on,
You know what's funny about that? Yeah. You know what's funny about that? An old person probably slap you in the face for saying that because you're 23 years old. But that's I feel like that's a rite of passage, though. As soon as you fall asleep sitting up. I mean, but is it, though? Because I would fall asleep sitting up in school. So, I
don't know.
I think that's different. I think it's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
It depends on what you're doing. What were you doing? What was the context?
Yeah, what context?
I was watching TV. The TV was fairly loud. And I'm sitting on my couch.
What were you watching?
Family Guy.
Ugh, man, Gage, this is a tough
It's
argument.
It's a rough one for sure. And I I woke up after sleeping with my head to the side, my neck was hurting. It's pretty bad.
Is that why all old people have back issues? Because they just sleep sitting up all the time? That could make sense. That could make sense. But anyway, I got I got a little story for you guys. It's not my ridiculous stories that I usually start the episodes out with, but it's a nice video for all you out there that are looking to get into sports and looking to find a job in the industry. But so I have been looking for jobs, and basically I've told this to everybody. It doesn't matter how, if you're in high school or you're in college, you better get into LinkedIn account. You better start connecting with people. That's the number one thing. It's super easy. You have no excuses. So I would just, connect. I would find people. There's a night where I just went around, tried to connect with every single social media coordinator in the NFL. I literally went around to every team and just tried to connect with a social media coordinator. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, this was the guy with the Yankees, connected with him. And after a couple months, he finally, got back to me. I messaged him a bunch of times. If they don't message back, don't be afraid to, message them back again. By the way,
double text.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, with business people, they don't see it as you spamming them. After a couple of times, maybe they might. Don't do it too frequently. But if you message them, once every couple of weeks, they're not gonna. Yeah, just waiting for them to get back. It's fine. So yeah, I was persistent. He finally got back to me. We had a phone call. It was 45 minute phone call, and we just hit it off. The guy was super nice, super personable. Really bonded with him over the Yankees. He works for them. He was another big Yankee fan, so we were talking about that. He had made some cool content that I had actually seen and didn't know he made. But so I'm just flash forward. I'm applying for jobs. I find a job with the Orange Bowl committee, which are obviously the people that work on the Orange Bowl. It's like an assistantship. So I apply for that, and just out of I had been on LinkedIn and I was like, this guy is connected with somebody that works at the Orange Bowl. It was the same guy I talked to the Yankees. And, people connect with people all the time on LinkedIn, even if they don't really know them. So I was like, you know what, let me just shoot him an email just to see. So I shot him an email. I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm really interested in this job. Would you happen to know anybody with the Orange Bowl committee that, just that you could connect me with, get more information? He emails me back today. Hey, I happen to be very close with the vice president of the department that I want to work in. And he said in the email, I already sent you over a letter of recommendation.
Oh
Let's
shit.
fucking go.
Oh,
Good shit.
All I said in the email to him was just, hey, very interested in this job. Do you happen to know anybody over there? That's it. That's all I said. I didn't say, can you write me a letter of recommendation? I didn't say, can you get me an interview? I literally just asked. I asked a question. And he, before even sending me an email back, wrote me a letter of recommendation instantly.
wow.
So that's just,
Jake.
yeah, it's not
awesome.
a guarantee. Like, I mean, I would think that pretty much guarantees me an interview at least, but yeah, I don't have the job yet, but, that's just a little story to all you out there that like connections work. Connections is very important, especially in sports. Everything. It's everything. I just grinded. I literally just looked up these people on LinkedIn. Like in the age of social media with LinkedIn, you have no excuses not to network with people. It's as easy as just going on your phone. I do it during class. So yeah, you can look at it as procrastinating or not paying attention, but I'm also doing something semi-productive. So like if you're ever just fucking around on your phone, like first of all, you should have a LinkedIn account. If you don't know how to make one, any 10-minute YouTube video can tell you how to make one. And just go around, start trying to connect with people. When you connect with them, you leave a little note, be like, hey, I'm interested in this position. And, I'm interested in eventually going into the sports industry. Just want to know if you have 5 minutes to talk sometime, give me some information. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's it. Yeah. And
if there's ever like a fair or something at your college or school,
absolutely
make sure to get everybody's LinkedIn. Make sure to connect with everybody.
Exactly. Guys, it's so easy. So I just wanted to tell that story out there because, it's living proof that about how good connections could be. I had a 30-minute phone call with this guy that I randomly found on LinkedIn after searching for people in the industry. Mm-hmm. We ended up hitting it off. And this is something he did for me. So it was that easy. There was no special connection we had. I didn't know this guy previously. Random stranger, just hit connect on LinkedIn. Messaged him, had a phone call, bam. So
all it takes.
That's all it takes. So
networking is everything. You guys out networking there. Is the reason that this podcast exists.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. So big time.
Damn right. I was thinking of that. Because like I was thinking about that recently, which is so funny. Because like Luke, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hadn't seen a single one of your videos before we connected, and that's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's the algorithm's
fault. Thanks, TikTok.
That's the algorithm's fault that you didn't come up on my For You page. And then I remember we made that group chat with you, Gage were in it, Bladen was in that.
Here, I'll give you a little background into that because I feel like there's more to it than maybe you guys even realize.
Yeah.
Obviously, my account is the smallest out of the three of us. I don't care. That doesn't bug me, whatever. But for me, getting into TikTok and stuff like that, I was growing fairly, at a decent rate or whatever. So anybody that was in the community that I was like, oh, I like their videos or whatever, I'd leave comments on their stuff, even if it's just a little insight into the video, saying that it was a good video, whatever, just to kind of put myself out there. Well, Jake, you made that video about wanting to collaborate with more people in the community. I already had the Discord server at that time. Mm-hmm. I went to the Discord, sent the link to the video in the Discord. It was like, you guys need to go and comment my in the comments of this. We connected through that. I was on your podcast that you had with your friends or whatever. Yeah. And that then ends up turning into all this.
Wow. And you added Luke to that group, to the other group chat. And I had not. And if you guys remember, Griff was supposed to come with that live stream one time. The first time we did that,
just being the three of us,
and the rest is history. That's it.
Griff, if you're hearing that, man,
you missed out, bro.
72 episodes later.
72 episodes later. That's wild. That's fucking crazy.
It is.
So that's another bam right there. Networking story right there. Yeah. Crazy shit can happen. You never know what a small drop, what domino effect that can have. So
the snowball.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for. Snowball effect.
Snowball.
I was something like that.
Yeah.
Not good with words.
Hey, but congrats, Jake. That's awesome news.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give people the wrong, perception that I have the job or that I I'm a lock for the job.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even get this. Just all that means to me is that I most likely will get an interview, which is very good. That's awesome. Haven't gotten an interview yet with anybody, so it's very nice.
Making it up in the Adam ranks. I
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that great news, it's about time that I tear your guys' asses down with this guess that player on a scale of 1 to 10 on how hard this player
Give me a 10
is to guess.
Give me a 10.
I'm gonna give you an 8. All right.
All right,
give you
that's
an 8.
fair.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever you guys want to start asking, I'll start the timer.
Currently playing.
Yep.
Okay.
AFC, NFC.
AFC.
AFC East.
Nope.
AFC South.
Nope. Oh yes,
North.
yes. Sorry.
AFC
Oh,
South.
geez.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jaguars.
Nope.
Colts.
Nope.
Texans.
Yep.
And currently playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Offense or defense?
Defense.
Okay.
Defensive lineman.
No.
Linebacker.
No.
Okay. So
Secondary.
Yep.
Is it a corner?
It is a corner.
Okay.
Lonnie
Johnson.
Although I think he might be a hybrid safety corner.
Okay.
Lonnie Johnson.
Nope. 10 seconds.
Oh my God. Kareem Jackson.
No. He's
No
Justin
he
one
would
Reed.
be on the Broncos. Nope, he would be on the
Reed isn't
Chiefs.
there. Damn it, dude.
All right. Final guess from each of you guys. I will say I'll give you another hint. He's a former All-Pro. Maybe a couple more. Former All-Pro. I will not give you the college because that'll give it away. I will say he's played for 3 different teams just in the past few years. He's more so predominantly known for one team, but
Casey Hayward.
Not Casey Hayward. The
Oh,
last guest, Gage.
Um,
Casey Hayward's on the.
He moved this offseason, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, is he still on not on the Raiders?
He's not on the Raiders anymore.
Casey Hayward. Where did he move to? Is he on the
That's why-
Titans now?
I guess. Yeah, I think it is the Titans. I guessed. I was like, maybe he went to the Texans. Different.
Last
AFC
guess.
team.
It's on the Falcons.
It's not Lonnie
Falcons.
Johnson. Desmond King.
Desmond King.
Oh,
There it
It
is.
is Desmond King.
It is
Good
Desmond
one.
King.
He has.
I didn't even know.
He was hybrid on or was he hybrid or slot corner? Something. He made.
slot corner.
No.
Yeah,
Slot
he
corner.
made his All Pro on the Chargers. That's when he was really, top notch.
Yeah. I
went
feel like
to the
so.
Titans.
Like the Texans players have just moved around so much, and they
Yeah.
brought in a few, lost a bunch, and I just don't know who's
Yeah.
who on that team anymore.
Yeah, it's Texans are a tough team to guess. But going from one terrible team to the Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams signed Bobby Wagner today to a 5-year deal worth $50 million. There's more incentives where that deal could go up, but he chose the Rams over the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams were pretty needy at middle linebacker, and Bobby Wagner is one of the best to ever do it, really, in the past decade, one of the best.
Yeah.
So Jake, I'm going to start with you. How do you feel about this? I know you had some heartbreak. This must be breaking your heart.
Yeah, this sucks. But he's from California. So he's from Ontario, California, played high school ball there. So this is his home. And I more think it's about that than it is about, getting back at the Seahawks. Now, is that a little bit of it? I'm sure it is. I think that's a bonus that he gets to play the Seahawks twice a year is definitely a bonus. But it sucks that he had to go in division to the Rams. There was mutual interest there from the beginning. I was just hoping he wouldn't sign with them. But at the end of the day, they got a great one. He's on the wrong side of 30, but he's still a damn good player. Every bone in my body is telling me he's a Hall of Famer, which he should be if he's not now. It's they got a good one. Listen, they've needed linebackers. They needed linebacker help there in Los Angeles. It's probably been that's probably been their weakest position since Samson Ebukam had that breakout game in the Chiefs Rams.
I can't even
thriller a couple of years ago.
I can't even name any past Rams middle linebackers. There's Corey Littleton.
Corey Littleton was one.
That was it.
Yeah. They've needed this position for a while, and they damn near got one of the best in the NFL. So I'm happy for Bobby. I am. Man, this Rams team, is making me harder and harder to hate them because it's a rival, but at the same time, like I've always loved Matthew Stafford, and now they got one of my beloved players from my childhood on their team. So now it's just making it, and I love Cooper Kupp too. So now it's just making it so hard to hate this fucking team. But you know, I'm happy for Bobby that he got his bag again. He's gotten multiple bags in his career, as he should, as he deserved. This sucks for the Seahawks. It sucks, man, but that they're gonna have to. I have no doubt he's gonna fucking kill them in the 2 games that he plays. He's gonna destroy that. It's gonna be ugly, but at the end of the day, good for him. The Seahawks. A lot of people didn't understand the move. Basically, people weren't willing to take his contract. Obviously we're not stupid. Like John Schneider made some bad choices in his day, but like not even trying to trade Bobby Wagner would be absolutely dumb. He at least tried. Just no team wanted to take his contract. I think he was making damn near 17 mil a year, something like that. I don't know exactly what he was making. Which is a little much for the age he's at right now. So no team was going to take his contract. So they had to do what they had to do. They had to buy him out. We're obviously in the middle of a rebuild. I don't give a shit what Pete Carroll says that we're not rebuilding or we're retool. Yeah, shut up. No, we're rebuilding. So they got rid of the contract and it made sense. It sucks. It sucks that Bobby had to find out through social media and that he didn't find out through Pete or John Schneider.
I feel like a lot of teams do that. That's not cool.
I don't know if it's I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say, I don't know if it's because of the teams or is it because just the day and age we live in, like where if anybody even sniffs out that information, it's getting released like that.
Well,
like
I mean, I'm sure like Pete Carroll and I guess whoever was involved with the trade, they were like taking phone calls all day, just didn't have a chance to call them. And then as soon as the news breaks, I mean, you get it right on your phone.
Exactly. And I would like to believe that they have enough respect for Bobby that they, of course, had the intention to call him first and let him know because this man has done so much for this organization. He has probably been the best linebacker in this organization's history. I don't think that's crazy to say, unless some people are going to come at me with Brian Bosworth. Don't even.
Is he a top 5 Seahawk all time though?
I feel like.
Ooh. That's an interesting question. I feel like yes.
I think yes. Yeah, I think I'd say yes.
Probably Russ.
I would go Russ number 1. I would go based on impact. Man, then it goes into the Legion of Boom, and who are you going to put at 2?
Yeah.
Then Sean Alexander as well. I mean,
Sean Alexander would be up there, but I don't know. Marshawn, I guess I would put Sean Alexander above Marshawn just because Marshawn wasn't on the team.
Who's that wide receiver that's not Sidney Rice? The one, Steve Largent.
Yeah.
Steve Largent. Yeah. Okay. Here's how it would go. It would go Russ 1, Steve Largent 2, because Steve Largent is one of those Seahawks that you think of when you think of the history of the Seahawks. I would probably go Richard Sherman 3.
Okay.
Maybe I go Bobby 3. I go Bobby 3. Okay. Richard Sherman 4.
And then Eddie Lacy 5.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
No, I'd go
followed closely by Jimmy Graham.
See, then it gets into then it gets into Cortez Kennedy or Kenny Easley, and these are guys you guys haven't heard of, but they're Hall of Famers. I would go Cortez Kennedy 5. And then everybody else. That's tough. Top 5 Seahawks. It's fucking tough, man. Shit. Yeah. We should do that. That should be a segment one day. We should think about that. Should we just do that right now? We got time. Go through your teams. Let's go right now. Put you on the spot. Gage, top 5 Saints. Go.
Drew Brees, obviously. And then at number 2, it gets kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because Ricky Williams, or not Ricky Williams. Not Ricky Williams. What's it?
Ricky Jackson. How long did you guys have Ricky Williams? 2 years?
Yeah, it wasn't long. I think like 3 years. Not Ricky Williams. I was thinking of Ricky Jackson. And then Marcus Colston honestly deserves to be up there.
Historically, would you put Arch Manning up there?
Archie Manning, yeah, Archie Manning. Probably deserves to be up there as well. It's kind of hard. We don't have, if I'm being completely honest, we don't have a lot of great
the
players
Saints.
in our
The
Eli
history
Saints
Apple.
were like notorious for how awful they of a
for a
franchise they
long
were.
time.
Mhm.
For a long time. For
So a
most
lot of
their
our
history.
players are more recent players.
Who?
Like even if you think about like just running backs and stuff, Mark Ingram is our leading rusher all time.
Yeah.
So
Who is the best player other than Drew Brees on that championship team?
Even that's
He has got to
hard.
be
Yeah.
defensive guys, those linebackers, right?
Mm.
I mean, our defense that year was bad. Like I mean,
Really?
we won the Super Bowl with like the 20-something ranked defense.
Huh.
I think it would probably still be on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Wait, so what do you have right now? What's the list right now?
Okay. All right. I got your Ring of Honor pulled up here. Okay. Sam Mills and Will Smith definitely have to be in there, I feel like.
Will Smith, yeah.
Sam Mills for sure. Will Smith for sure.
Willie Roaf, definitely.
Yeah.
Morton Anderson? You're gonna put Morton Anderson in there? He's in the Hall
Hell
of Fame.
no.
Come
Hell
on.
no.
Come on.
Hell no.
Ricky Jackson
Give some kickers some love.
also has to be in there.
Ricky Jack. Yeah. Archie Manning is in there. And honestly, like Archie Manning, from everything I've heard from like old timers, like Archie Manning was a really good quarterback. It was just the fact that he was on the shittiest team in the NFL for his entire career.
Welcome to the Saints.
Yeah. Oh, stop. You guys are good now.
Wait, so what's the 5? What's the 5? Say the 5 again.
Just gave you players.
Drew Brees.
Does it taint Sam Mills that he went to the Panthers, though?
I don't think so.
Nah.
I mean, it happens.
Does it taint Bobby Wagner that he went to the Rams?
That's fair. That's a fair point. Okay, no.
Sam Mills also wasn't a Panther for very long.
That's true. It's just the fact that he went.
Yeah, it's not the Falcons. So
I mean, I guess Brett Favre isn't tainted because he went to the Vikings.
Yeah.
At least now he isn't.
So I would say probably Drew Brees, then Willie Roaf. Then for me, I think Ricky Jackson goes above Sam Mills as far as Saints go.
Okay.
Then Sam Mills. And then
is Cameron Jordan putting himself in that conversation?
In the top 5.
Possibly.
I think that he's just outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's top 10.
Yeah, top 10, I would put him in. Top 5 is a little much. And then the last one I have, the number 5. It's so hard.
Tracy Porter.
No. I guess you could throw Morton Anderson in there, but just for the sake of me being a little bit biased and watching him play and him being our leading rusher, I'll just go ahead and throw Mark Ingram in there.
Okay. I think Packers. Yeah, no, I would not put Morton Anderson in there.
Way harder, Luke. I want to put you on the spot for this one.
I don't think so. I think it's
like
Bart
the
Starr.
Seahawks and Saints, like most of their franchise's life have been terrible organizations. Like you have, the Packers have
a history of greatness.
Yeah.
Well, 3 of them are the three quarterbacks. It's probably I'd go Bart Starr 1, Rodgers 2.
Really?
And and Brett Favre 3.
I might go Favre 1.
I
just think Favre was a bigger cultural icon then.
I don't think so. I mean, the 2 Super Bowls.
That's true.
I think Bart Starr is probably always going to be just like the history of the Green Bay Packers. I think Bart Starr is going to be one probably forever unless Rodgers wins another one at least. So those 3 obviously. You probably throw Don Hudson in there.
Yep.
And this one's probably I'd probably go Reggie White, even though he's more known for an Eagle. I mean, his impact on the team. It's the greatest free agent acquisition of all time, or one of. Yeah, and I think that's got to be 5, followed by, of course, Eddie Lacy.
That's just
okay. I just pulled up a list for each of our teams. Yeah, and and it's just random list, just the first one that popped up or whatever when I looked it up, and I want to see what you guys say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the Packers first.
Okay.
They have 1 Don Hudson, 2 Bart Starr.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't put Don Hudson above the quarterbacks.
3 Aaron Rodgers, 4 Brett Favre, and 5 is Ray Nitschke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ranichke's up there.
It's hard for the Packers because like everybody on the Lombardi Packers team is in the
yeah.
Hall
Curly
of Fame, right?
Lambeau could be up there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, that's what the field is named after.
Yeah.
I will say they do
Paul
have Reggie
Hornung.
White at 6. So
Paul Horning, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Packers are
All right.
stacked.
They are. This is the Seahawks list, and it gets.
Oh wait, no. I want to guess it. When was this made? Because I feel like that's important, especially for the Seahawks.
July 19th of 2021.
Okay, so it's
that's good.
Okay, so at number 1, they're going to put Russ. Russ has to be number 1. They might put Largent. Largent's number 1.
Nope, it's neither.
What? Who is it? Kenny Easley or Cortez?
Nope. Neither.
Is it the offensive? Is it the offensive lineman?
Nope.
Dave Krieg?
Nope.
Fuck, Marshawn?
Nope.
Sean
Closer.
Alexander.
It is. They have Sean Alexander at number 1.
Bullshit.
And this is this is on the Seahawks website. Seahawks.com is what this is.
I get it. I get it. He won an MVP, but like, come on.
I was like, who's the source here? Oh, it's the Seahawks themselves.
It's the Seahawks. It's like the Falcons tweet where they tweeted out they had released like Vic Beasley or something, and they're like, and somebody commented, "Who's the source?" And they're like, "Literally us."
Literally.
And then you want to try to guess number 2 also?
It has to be. It's either Russ or Largent.
Nope.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. We have Steve Hutchinson and
Steve Hutchinson,
and Walter
that's what I was
Jones.
thinking.
Is it one of them?
Nope.
I forgot about them in my top 5 though, so that was disrespectful of me. I am sorry, Steve Hutchinson and Walter Jones.
Yeah, that's who I was. I couldn't think of his name.
It's none of Cortez Kennedy.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Bobby Wagner.
Nope.
Marshawn.
It's Marshawn Lynch.
No,
this is terrible. This is a bad list.
It's a bad list, but it's literally
Russ is on that list,
crazy.
right?
He is. He's number 3.
Okay.
Number 4, they have Steve Largent, and then at number 5, the hell is it?
They're out here telling me that Marshawn Lynch is a better Seahawk than Russell Wilson.
At number 5, they literally just have. It says Seahawks fantasy defense, but they're literally the Legion of Boom.
That's fair though.
Number 5.
That's fair.
That should be.
I get it's hard to put any of them over
each other. Like they were all in their primes at the same time. That was tough for me to decide. Like because I think like who was the best player on that defense? I can't tell you.
It was Sherman
For a time, but like overall, it was Bobby and Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
I think Earl Thomas had the longevity. I think Richard Sherman at his peak was probably the best.
Richard Sherman at his peak was the best corner in football.
Yeah.
I don't think his peak. His peak was like 3 years though. I would say.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner has definitely been the best.
Has been the longest.
Yeah.
Michael Bennett and Cliff Averill in their prime.
Cliff Averill
from Luke's dream last night.
Oh yeah, quick story time. I had a random ass dream last night that I got a notification on my phone that the Packers signed Bobby Wagner and Cliff Averill, and that did not come to fruition today because Cliff Averill did not come out of retirement, and Bobby Wagner he became a Ram, so it's tough.
All right, this is the Saints list. Drew Brees at number 1. Obviously, I would never argue that. Ricky Jackson at number 2.
Okay.
Willie Roaf is number 3.
Fair.
Number 4 is Marcus Colston, which
interesting.
I think I would
represent. He went to Hofstra.
And then at number 5, they have Archie Manning.
Huh.
Yeah.
Marcus Colston does not get enough respect as
I saw your retweet today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was your best receiver for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a damn shame that he never got a Pro Bowl nod, but
I mean, the same thing happened with Fred Taylor and how good he was. He only got 1 Pro Bowl nod, and this guy's damn near a Hall of Famer.
There's only 2 players with over 700 receptions that never got selected to the Pro Bowl, and he's one of them. So, I tweeted it earlier. I forget the guy's name, but anyway, we were talking about Bobby Wagner.
Oh yeah. That's the segment.
So
I need to find out who made that Seahawks list though. That is terrible. Holy shit.
So I'll continue on with that real quick. I think for Bobby Wagner, this signing obviously makes a ton of sense. The team's coming off of a Super Bowl. They still have a very good roster. I don't think that they necessarily got worse anywhere really. I mean, they traded Robert Woods, but they got Allen Robinson. They are still working to re-sign Odell, who we've talked about like won't be an asset for a little while into the season, but I still think that wide receiver core is still going to be very good with the guys that they have. The defense, the only thing that doesn't make a lot of sense for me, well, is from the Rams standpoint. I mean, 5 years, $50 million, and it might be backloaded or something like that. We don't know the full details of the contract as of right now, but it feels like a lot of money to pay a guy when the scheme that they run typically has like one linebacker on the field at any given time. And I know that they're looking for that guy to be that run stuffer, being that they lost Von Miller, and that's largely what he did for them during this past season and during the playoff run and everything. But their rookie last year, Ernest Jones, was not bad. Like, they drafted him to fill that spot because, like you guys were saying, they haven't had a good linebacker in who knows how long now.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at his stats, I mean, he only started 7 games, but in those games, he had 2 interceptions, 4 pass deflections, a sack, and 61 combined tackles, as well as 3 quarterback hits. Like, that's not bad, especially for a rookie in that amount of games. So it feels like they almost kind of would have given him a shot and let him step up. But with a guy that's, you know, for sure Hall of Famer, first ballot, in my opinion, in Bobby Wagner being available, you can't really blame them for taking a shot either. It'll be interesting to see how the contract plays out. They're also trying to get Aaron Donald a new contract, so I don't know where the hell they're getting all this money, but we'll see how it goes, I guess.
I think that question is kind of like overplayed at this point. Like, where are these teams getting all this money from? Well, he's asked this shit every single year for like every team that's good.
It's just insane.
Just know that they're gonna find loopholes. The contracts, the way that they work out, they're gonna be okay. So I don't like the question where they get all this money from anymore. It's honestly kind of annoying me. It's like every single year it's the Chiefs, and then it's the Packers, and then it's the Rams now. And
I feel like we're not seeing the effects of that though. Devontae Adams is a Raider. Tyreek Hill is a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're finally seeing the effects of like the cap.
I've made jokes about it and stuff like that, obviously being a Saints fan, but the cap very much exists. It does affect teams in ways that are eventually going to come to fruition.
Yeah, but they clearly have their Super Bowl window. The Rams do. Their Super Bowl window is wide open. I mean, they just won it last year. Who's to say that they can't go back to back with the squad that they have now? They're one of the 3 best teams in football right now, and they're coming back for another one. I just pulled up the tweet. I don't know where it went. Between Aaron Donald, Bobby Wagner, and now Jalen Ramsey, where did the tweet go? Here it is. They have 21 combined Pro Bowls, 16 combined first team, or no, just all pros in general, and 3 Super Bowls. So that is quite the tandem that they have on that defense. That being said, like, the Rams did lose a lot of pieces that I think are being overlooked. I mean, Von Miller goes to Buffalo. Darius Williams is a really solid second corner for them. At least he was last year, kind of fell off this year. Robert Woods, I mean, is a big part of their offense. They didn't really they got Allen Robinson, but you can't really replace who he was in that locker room and who he was for that team.
You see, like, Allen Robinson on paper, but I think that Allen Robinson's a great receiver, and I think that he will perform. You know, I'd be willing to put money on that, but you also just don't know. You don't know how he's going to play out, especially coming off of a not so great season in Chicago.
Yeah, maybe his problems in Chicago were bigger than what people thought. You know, maybe it wasn't so much the Bears' fault. And I can't think of their head coach's name right now off the top of my head for some reason. But the one that got fired, the one that sucked. Yeah, Matt Nagy. Andrew Whitworth is gone. I mean, OBJ isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I don't think. Sony Michel. So there's a lot of people. So I think they did lose some pieces, but overall, I think they're going to be fine. And we'll see what they do in the draft with their one draft pick that they have.
Did you guys see the Patriots tweeted out, "Welcome to New England, OBJ"? Did you see that tweet?
No.
That was an account that was like posing as the Patriots. Though. No, they were using an emoji. I got that notification. I got that notification too, and I looked at it. I was like, "What the hell?" And then I looked again, and they're using like the little, I don't know what it is. It's like a rice puff or something, but it's like the same shape as
rice puff.
I don't know what the emoji is.
That freaked me the hell out. I was like, Odell is not going to the Patriots. Odell would never go to the Patriots. Like, that is not a move for him. That's just not a move for him, though. Like, I feel like after how fun it is in LA, like, you're going to tell me you want to go from Sean McVay to Bill Belichick. Like, those are 2 different personalities.
I think if Odell didn't tear his ACL in the Super Bowl, I think he would have been back in LA months ago. I think they would have extended him right after the Super Bowl if they could.
100%. He would have gotten good money too. Really good.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. I mean, I still think there's a chance that they could bring him back for 1 year.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if
we'll have to see.
I don't know if he gets signed this year, honestly, because it's just like everybody knows this year is a wash. Like, why?
I mean, he is having a baby, so maybe he takes a year off.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think that would be crazy for him to take a year off. I don't see that as wild.
I mean, we're looking at like a 7 to probably like 6 to 9 months recovery, depending on
in like December.
Yeah, for a Super Bowl run. So
maybe a team who's in a playoff run. He's healthy.
He's gonna end up on the Bucs. Like we just know this by now. He's just gonna end up on the Bucs. Speaking of the Bucs, they have a new head coach, and he is Todd Bowles. Their defensive coordinator is moving up to the head coaching ranks after Bruce Arians stepped. Did he step down or did he move up? Yes, he stepped down and then he stepped down and moved up.
He stepped down and moved up. It's like when Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO of Amazon and just took a position with the board of directors. Like that's not he's stepping down and moving up. Yeah,
pretty much. So that was kind of shocking news, especially with Tom Brady coming back. But a lot of people are saying that there was a rift between these two, and that Tom Brady coming back is the reason that Bruce Arians had to, give up his head coaching reins. Which, by the way, first I know Bruce Arians won a Super Bowl. How the fuck is he going in their Ring of Honor? Like, that's crazy. That's kind of wild.
Because he won a Super Bowl.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess, but like
John Gruden was in their Ring of Honor. Was keyword.
Yeah, there's two in the history of the franchise. John Gruden was in it. Bruce Arians.
All right, I take that back.
I guarantee they would have put Brady in there too, even if he didn't come back for his third year.
Brady's probably going to
they would have put Brady in
Ring of Honor
for the 2 years that Brady was there. They would have put Brady in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, he's the GOAT. But I'll start with you, Gage. What do you think of this move? Do you think this Bucs team is better off with Todd Bowles at the helm now?
I don't want to say that it's not expected, because it wasn't at all. It was surprising news, but it's not surprising to me either. And I feel like there's a lot, like you were saying, with the rift between Brady and Arians and that kind of stuff. And people think that has something to do with the Antonio Brown stuff.
Yeah.
There's just been a number of things that have gone on, and you hear all this different stuff, and it feels like there's a lot more, like, despite them just winning a Super Bowl not long ago, there's a lot more drama and stuff like that going on within the Bucs organization than maybe meets the eye, or they like to let up. Because even Bruce Arians in his press conference today said, "Oh no, Brady and I have a great relationship and this and that."
But what is he gonna say?
Exactly.
What is he gonna say?
So I don't know. As far as the reports that are saying like he had to do it, I don't know that he had to do it, but I feel like for the sake of the team moving forward, it made a lot of sense for him. Plus, he's been coaching for a long time. And
Bruce he already retired. He already retired before.
Yeah, Bruce Arians is not a new guy, one of these younger guys that teams want to pick up or anything like that. And I don't think that he was doing a ton for them that they're going to be missing. I think that Todd Bowles will be a great head coach for them. I think that, obviously the players know him and stuff. It's kind of like Dennis Allen getting promoted. Like they stayed within the organization. They brought a guy up that they trust. All the players know him. He's still going to call the defensive plays. And then they have co-offensive coordinators are going to.
Do they? Is it still Byron? No,
not co-offensive coordinators, co-defensive coordinators, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that'll be interesting to see, but I don't think things will be too different. It'll run basically the same. Bruce Arians just won't be a part of things. I don't know. I don't think they take a step up, a step back, or anything like that. This just feels like a lateral step to me. Bruce Arians, like you said, pull a Brad Stevens, move into the front office, and things will run how they were running.
Yeah, and the Celtics are doing pretty good without Brad Stevens right now, so that's any indicator.
But they would have done the same thing with Brad Stevens. It wouldn't have been. It would. Nothing else would have changed.
I don't know if they would have gotten out to a 21-24 start. The Celtics.
No, Brad Stevens would have had them off to a better start, and then they'd be doing this. I agree. Yeah. I think that's what would happen. But I agree with Gage 100%. Lateral move. This does nothing for me for what I think of the Bucs. They're still a Super Bowl contender, still the favorite, still one of the favorites out of the NFC. Todd Bowles, so happy for him. He absolutely deserves a second shot as a head coach.
Screwed in New York.
He got screwed in New York, man. He led that team. Like, people forget, like, that 2015, 2016 team,
2015,
Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brandon Marshall team.
Yeah.
That team was good. Like that team was
10-6
win against Buffalo away from being in the playoffs. So
yeah,
they needed it. He needed it. He needed the second chance as a head coach because he absolutely deserved it. To be able to lead the Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick and an aging Brandon Marshall to a 10-6 record is fucking wild. Like that is absolutely deserves a second chance at head coaching, and so happy for Todd Bowles here. Absolutely deserves it. I'm sure that everybody on that team respects him. And I mean, the Bucs, they're going to be the Bucs. Like there's no difference here. Nothing changes. Bruce Arians, front office position. I don't know what that entails. I don't know if Bruce Arians has had a say in moves in the past. I'm sure somewhat of a say as every head coach has, but not every head coach moving to a GM position goes smoothly, as we saw in Houston not too long ago. And Bill Belichick, honestly, doesn't always make the best decisions as the GM either. So it's not saying that Bruce Arians is the GM. I'm just saying as head coach is going to front office positions. So we'll see. We'll see what he does there. We'll see. Yeah, Phil Jackson. Don't even get me started. But I'm very interested to see what Bruce Arians' position is. I don't know. I would guess that this year might be like an observation year. Like he's more or less just like an assistant, just an observer, I
don't think it's going to be like we make the Brad Stevens comparison because he went from coach into the front office, but he's not. I mean, Bruce Arians isn't going to be like president of football operations kind of stuff.
No,
I'm sure we're not going to see him too often.
Maybe he's assistant GM. Maybe that's where he is. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. Probably something to kind of be a stepping stone for him to potentially be like a GM or something like that later on.
What's the word? Consultant. Like some teams have.
Yeah,
I could see him doing that.
I don't even know if he's going to be doing that because he's getting pretty old and a lot of the GMs are younger.
I'm very
now.
interested, but this is a lot less stress on him because I know he retired before after his stint with the Cardinals. Like it wasn't like he didn't get. People don't realize like he didn't have it. It wasn't that he didn't have a job. He literally retired, came out of retirement to be with the Bucs, and then
because he was dealing with health issues and whatnot as well. So
exactly.
I'm sure that also played a role.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure this was never Bruce Arians was never going to be the Bucs head coach for the next decade. Like that was never going to happen. This was always going to be a 4-year deal. Yeah, exactly. So it was going to be 4 or 5 years. It ended up being, I think, 3 or 4. But you know what? Good for everybody involved. I don't think Brady. Everybody, all this coming out about Bruce Arians and Brady had a big rift. I don't think any guy with a big rift would have posted 3 paragraphs about how much he appreciated him on Instagram. So I think that was blown out of proportion. Like people don't like coaches and players are going to yell at each other. People like it's not always. These are two grown ass men. Brady's 45 years old. He's seen everything. Bruce Arians has been everywhere. He's seen everything too. These guys are going to fight sometimes. Like it's not always going to be, but at the end of the day, they're professionals and they learn from each other and they know they're just getting the best out of each other. So just because the cameras are catching them fighting on the sideline or some shit does not mean these guys fucking hate each other. That's not the case at all.
Sure.
Yeah. To clarify what I was saying, I don't think that like Bruce Arians had to take a front office job because of Tom Brady and a bad relationship or anything like that. As far as there being drama or whatever that kind of goes into it, was played out behind the scenes, whatever. I think there could be some of that.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I agree.
Yeah. Definitely rifts between players and coaches has been blown out of proportion. I've been dealing with it for 3 years with the Green Bay Packers Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers hate each other.
They hate each other.
Oh, they're too close in age. They're not going to respect you. Whatever. I think I like this move a lot more than you guys because I obviously the Bucs were going to be a Super Bowl favorite. I think the Bucs are going to win the whole thing this year. And that pains me to say because I fucking despise the Buccaneers.
What are we going to say? No, it's Brady.
But I think this makes the Bucs significantly better because even though I think the rift between Bruce Arians and Tom Brady was blown out of proportion. I think there was, some drama with the whole Antonio Brown situation. Bruce Arians didn't want him there in the first place. Tom Brady advocated for himself. I think that caused a little rift, but I think it was blown out of proportion. And I think this is going to allow Tom Brady and Byron Leftwich to really create the offense that, should have been there last year more consistently. And I think that's a beautiful thing for this team because it's going to take a lot less pressure off of Todd Bowles, which is who he's now the head coach. And you're gonna see Byron Leftwich's hands written, or his handprints on this offense now, because it's not a no risk and no biscuit type offense. It's not a Bruce Arians offense, which I think works better with Tom Brady, especially him going into his age 96 season. So I like this for the Bucs a lot, especially defensively. Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles. He should have had a head coaching job years ago. He's about 6 years too late after he got fired
this offseason, and obviously didn't get either of those, and then still ended up with a head coaching job. So
so I'm glad to see him get what he deserves for years now. And it's good to see another minority head coach in the league. In all honesty, especially with a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are coming off a year removed from a Super Bowl. So they are a prominent team, a prominent organization. I think this makes the Bucs even better because there's not going to be as much drama with Bruce Arians at the helm now, not as many distractions, because Bruce Arians he's known to be a hothead a little bit. He's known to stir up the pot a little bit.
He literally turns red. So
literally
tomato face.
Tomato face. Oh man. When he gets pissed off on the field like that, you'd think he's wearing like a full uniform. He gets so red. So I think this makes the Bucs 10 times better, though. I think I probably like it a little bit more than you guys. I think this is a great move.
Do you think Leftwich was at all in the conversation?
I think probably behind the scenes. I think this is what Tom Brady wanted deep down. Obviously,
I would think Brady would want Leftwich a head coach.
I don't want to say that it. Like, I feel like it was considered at least. I think
Bruce I think Bruce liked the fact that Todd Bowles had head coaching experience.
A lot of what's come out has been that Bruce Arians has always kind of wanted that next guy up, that guy that he could promote to that position to be, to follow him. And I think that Todd Bowles has been that the entirety of the time that he's been there.
That's fair. Fair point.
Yeah. And Todd Bowles, obviously, his experience with the Jets. He wasn't going to what was he going to do with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Eric and old Eric?
He almost brought them to the playoffs. That's what he almost did.
After that, that miraculous season, what was he going to do?
Yeah. It was the Hackenberg era. That was Hackenberg.
Oh, man. And then you see Adam Gase get multiple head coaching jobs year after year.
It's ridiculous.
So, yeah. All right. So to wrap things up, let's do some NFL trade hot takes. Something that you think is going to happen, something that you might want to see happen before the NFL draft. I mean, there's bound to be trades probably on draft night as well. So, Jake, I'll start with you. Who's one big name that you think is going to get traded? Or you know what? Let's go traded and released. All right. What's one big name you think gets traded or released before NFL draft? It was just a day ago.
4 weeks.
We're closing in.
I'm going somebody who you are very familiar with, Luke. I'm going Jordan Love. Jordan Love, it's very clear that he's going to ride out his rookie contract, and Aaron Rodgers is still going to be there. So this is very much going to be a Jimmy Garoppolo situation.
Yeah.
So I think that if a team's quarterback gets injured in training camp, I would not be shocked. And Baker Mayfield isn't still available. Even if Baker is still available, as much as it pains me to say, because Baker absolutely deserves to be a starting quarterback in this league. Like, there's no world that Davis Mills and Sam Darnold should be starting over Baker Mayfield in a league like this.
Yep.
No world. But I wouldn't be shocked if a team went, you know what, let's take a chance on Jordan Love. Let's give up a second, give up a third, and go get this guy, see what he's got.
Heard a bunch of scouts.
There hasn't been enough on film to hate him. There hasn't been enough on film to know what he's really going to be. So he's got all the potential. He's got the knowledge now, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for almost 3 years now. It's going on 3 years. So I wouldn't hate that. So I would not be shocked if a Jordan Love trade happened during training camp or, even on draft night.
I think Jordan Love would be the best quarterback in this draft class. Hot take. If he came out this year, I think he would.
You got an argument. Yeah, I think he'd be in the class. I think he'd be in the discussion because there's 4 guys in the discussion.
I think you could easily say he'd be the most NFL ready, but he's in the NFL. So
he is NFL
also
ready. A good point.
I like that. I mean, I could see it happening. I also don't think that the Packers are necessarily pressed to make that move either, though.
Yeah.
Like if somebody came to them and were like, here, we want to offer you this for him, and it was a pretty sweet deal, then I think they would take it. But with him being,
do you think they'd take, say, a team draft night, team goes, we'll give you a second for him, just a second? Do you think they take that?
the second in this draft?
Yeah.
I think they'd probably take that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like it's something that they're necessarily going to actively pursue.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm saying in this situation, like a team, you know,
Comes to
quarterback
them.
gets hurt. Yeah. And team goes to them. Even if like an aging quarterback, like maybe even the Colts go, hey, just for the future here, can we get Jordan Love? Like that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know, wouldn't be shocking.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a ton of value in trading Jordan Love right now for the Packers, because Aaron Rodgers is getting
sitting on your bench. There's not a lot of value in that either.
Yeah, but listen, he's making really cheap money right now, so it's not like he has a big contract.
Yeah.
There's always the option always scenario that Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. He hasn't been known to be just the healthiest guy in the room throughout his career. So there's always
Chase Daniel sitting behind Aaron Rodgers.
Knock on wood. Listen, I love me some Kurt Benkert, and I'm glad he's the number 3 quarterback on
TikTok star Kurt Benkert.
Oh yeah, big streamer too. But I just don't. Second this year would be tempting. But I don't know. They traded a 4th, to move up in the draft and got him with the 1st round pick. I don't necessarily know. And I think if there's a scenario again, if Aaron Rodgers, if he goes down with another COVID scare or something this upcoming season, or he has COVID toe or broken toe or whatever, and Jordan Love comes in, I think he could still show that he's a capable NFL starting quarterback. And I think he could increase his value later on. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. I love shipping him I love shipping Jordan Love on the Saints and the Seahawks right now, though. Just to play with you guys. I
saw that on Twitter.
Oh yeah. I love shipping the Jordan
I wouldn't hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't hate that if he came to the Seahawks, because we don't know. We don't know what he is.
Listen, Jordan Love has the arm. Definitely has the arm.
So does Drew Lock. Drew Lock's got the arm too. So I'm fully convinced now that Drew Lock's, like, I'm telling you, every day that goes by, I'm fully convinced Drew Lock's going to be an all-pro. Like now it's my expectations. Somebody needs to humble him. I need preseason to come quick. Don't
worry. Week 1 will come soon enough.
I need like training camp to come and him to just like throw 5 picks in a practice just to bring me back down to earth here. But like, it's bad. Like it's bad. I am like fully on the Drew Lock train now. Like I'm fully expecting like a 30.
I think he still has potential. But
he definitely does. And I don't think they fully gave him a shot in Denver. Like it came out now that Vic Fangio did not like him. Like Vic Fangio just straight up did not like him.
Yeah, I heard that too. He had a personality. So Vic Fangio,
God forbid.
God forbid a personality. And like Pete Carroll encourages personality. So like I could see it working out. Like Pete Carroll would definitely be the guy to be like, hey, just, chuck it. Who cares?
Pete Carroll's pushing 80, and he's still the most energetic person in the NFL.
I don't think he's pushing 80. He's like 72, 73. He's not
pushing 80, and he's still like the most energetic
Pete
person.
Carroll age. Let's find out. He is 70. So
70. All right, pushing 71. Pushing 72, the best number in the
if Pete Carroll's pushing 80, I'm pushing 30 right here, Luke. So Gage is pushing 40 at this point.
Yeah, Gage is falling asleep watching Family Guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with something a little hotter here, and it's just off of like total rumors that I've been seeing, hearing.
Sam Darnold MVP. Sam Darnold MVP. Is that what we're hearing?
I don't think it's that hot. It's pretty hot, but it's not that hot.
Yeah.
I think that the 49ers could trade Deebo Samuel.
Really?
Why?
Really?
I have been hearing that they are trying to get an extension done. We've got like several receivers from that class that are, at the point where they're eligible for an extension. And it sounds like things aren't going well. Same with AJ Brown. DK Metcalf sounds like he wants to stay in Seattle. So that's good for you, Jake.
Definitely wants to stay. He 100 from every tweet he's put out is just hilarious. Responding to every tweet is like, you like PFF put out like, where is DK Metcalf going next? He's like, where'd y'all get this graphic thing going?
But that is not what I'm hearing with Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel, I'm hearing that the extension talks are reaching a boiling point. The 49ers haven't been able to get off of Jimmy Garoppolo, who's obviously a big cap hit for them, almost 27 mil. They have to pay. They have almost $2 million in cap space right now, and they have to pay Deebo. They have to pay Nick Bosa. Like, there's several guys that they need to get extended, and they have no money to do it. And I even heard that they're almost willing to trade Deebo right now, but it would have to be a big package. Like, it would have to be like a Tyreek Hill type package.
Probably bigger than Tyreek Hill because
like Russell Wilson. I've heard those are the kinds of things that they're wanting for him right now. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, I think that the Jaguars completely destroyed the fucking receiver market this offseason, and they have ruined the chances for certain teams to be able to extend some of these receivers.
Like, where do you even start with a contract for Deebo though? Because he plays two different positions.
This is like if Le'Veon Bell. This is like a Le'Veon Bell argument. This is like if
Ty Montgomery was elite. Like, this
would be Le'Veon Bell. That's what Le'Veon Bell was.
And that's gonna. I mean, that probably plays into his contract and stuff as well, and why they're having issues getting an extension done, because he's very good at two positions and provides a lot for them on offense. Like, I love George Kittle, but Deebo Samuel has been far and beyond anything that George Kittle has done for them, like, over the past season.
I think they trade George Kittle before they trade Deebo Samuel.
I can see that
I would agree with that.
But I think that if they're going to go ahead and make a trade, I think they get more out of Deebo.
Yeah.
So
I think they would trade Ayuk before they traded. But, like, the thing
Ayuk is going to want Ayuk, like, they're going to want Deebo.
But the thing with, like, I think Kyle Shanahan, like, that's Kyle Shanahan.
That is his guy.
That's his offense right there. Like, Kyle Shanahan goes in the offseason, draws up 5,000 plays, all based on Deebo Samuel. Like, that's his guy. So, like, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I guarantee Kyle Shanahan has gone to John Lynch and been like, whatever you do, Deebo Samuel is a Niner. Like, that.
Yeah, I mean, they want to get it done, of course, but it's a matter of actually getting it done.
They got to get Jimmy off the books. Like, honestly, like, at this point, take a fifth for Jimmy. Like,
they have to get him off the books.
I don't think anybody's offering. Nobody's
all know what they're doing. They're going to wait. They're going to wait it out for training camp for a team to, for a starter to get injured. And then they're going to go after hurt or something like that. It's going to be a Sam Bradford situation.
I still can't believe the Steelers want Mitch Trubisky over Jimmy G. That's kind of crazy.
I keep hearing that the 49ers want too much for Jimmy G. They are asking way too much for him.
They probably are. Because they don't have assets they can really give up at this point.
And he costs so much money.
I think he's going to be the starter week 1. I think Jimmy G starts.
I might agree with that.
I don't know how you do that, though. You're not going to.
He's making 27 mil. I think it's
$27 million. They have, like I just said, they have almost $2 million to work with right now, and they have to extend their key players. Jimmy Garoppolo is not one of those.
Well, they would signing bonus it. They'd be like, listen, we'll give you $20 million in signing bonus this year with a $1 million salary, and then
that's even like you guys just said about trading George Kittle. He's less than $8 million against the cap this year.
Well, because tight ends, how much are tight ends making?
I mean, not a ton.
I'm sure that cap number goes up though.
Yeah, it's going
100%. They backloaded that contract.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it is, but I'm saying as of right now, like, his base salary is $1 million. He's 7.6 against the cap. So even trading him isn't going to do a lot for you, especially if you're trying to extend some of these young guys.
Yeah. I want people to start talking about Trey Lance the same way they talk about Jordan Love. Was Trey Lance the worst draft pick ever? Come on. If we're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo,
I don't think Jordan Love was the worst draft pick ever. I mean, you took him in the late 20s. Like, that's
if I'm making a trade right now for a guy that I want for my future, I'm taking Trey Lance over Jordan Love.
Listen, hear this. George Kittle has an $18 million cap hit in 2023, $20 million in 2024, and $17 million.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 100% going to go up. I mean, as far as like affecting your immediate future and the things that they have in front of them.
I mean, that's pretty immediate if you have to sign Nick Bosa, if you have to sign Deebo Samuel and Trey Lance eventually too, right? If he turns out good, I don't know. I do not know, but
I wouldn't be worrying about Trey Lance if I were them right now.
Yeah, I mean,
still got
he's barely even played. So,
yeah.
My player, like you went someone that I'm very familiar with, Jake. I'm going with someone who you're very familiar with, and I really think this is going to happen. I think it's going to be Tyler Lockett. I'm hearing a lot of the DK Metcalf trade rumors. Where is he going to end up? No, I think it's Tyler Lockett. How are we going to trade DK Metcalf? I mean, he has the build. I keep shaking my desk. God damn it. He has the build. He has the age right now. He has everything. The top end speed, being that tall, being that physical. Dealt with some drop issues, but I mean, this guy has every single trait that you would want in a wide receiver. I mean, he has a Megatron type build, maybe even a little bit, stronger than Calvin Johnson was at his peak. But I think it's gonna be Tyler Lockett, and I really think I don't know if I really think this or if I'm just dreaming this happens, but Tyler Lockett needs to be a Green Bay Packer by September, or I'm gonna be pissed. And I think it might happen. The Packers probably don't have money for it, but I mean, that didn't stop them from
Have you seen Tyler Lockett's contract?
They didn't stop them from signing Aaron Rodgers to $1 billion contract.
Tyler Lockett's making pretty good money.
17, I think it might be 17.
The Packers should trade. They should trade for Devontae Adams. They have the draft cap for it.
Lockett is a 10 mil hit this year, almost 17 next year.
Yeah.
His total contract is 4 years, $69 million, an average salary of 17 points.
They'd have to move some pieces around, but I think to get the best out of Tyler Lockett for him, I think you have to pair him with a guy, with a proven veteran like Aaron Rodgers. And I just think with the lack of guys that they have, Mark Murphy, the Packers CEO, came out and said draft night's going to be pretty crazy this year. Why?
Because they're actually going to take a receiver.
Probably. I'm thinking
that's crazy.
I'm thinking we see a draft night trade with the Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers, like we've seen a bunch of times throughout. You
better fucking give some shit up to get up to 9, bud. We're not.
We'll give you Jordan Love.
I love how we're acting like we are going to be a part of this trade.
I mean, I am an owner. I am the owner. So
he is an owner.
He is negotiating.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
All right,
I own Microsoft stock. So
Jordan Love.
Basically,
listen. Jordan Love. I think they might move up to 9 too. I've been hearing some rumors that they might move up to 9 and try and get somebody as well. But I don't know if that happens. But I'll give up Jordan Love and like.
We don't like Jordan Love.
It sounded like
I'll take an lineman. I'll take a lineman.
We barely have any of those either, man. So I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work out. We'll give up Jordan Love and Jordan Love, a second and a fourth for Tyler Lockett and a third.
Ooh, it's a fun game. Here. Let's see. You guys, I feel like it's never players on draft night that get traded.
Listen,
it's always
Jordan Love at this
picks.
point. Jordan Love at this point has more trade value than Tyler Lockett. 100%. You can't tell me otherwise. Yeah,
I can tell you.
He
otherwise.
doesn't.
No,
he doesn't. No, he
Dude,
doesn't.
look at what Amari Cooper just went for.
That's Amari. Exactly. Receiver. Exactly.
You're living in a fantasy land with this Jordan Love stuff.
Yeah.
Jordan Love. If you're telling me Jordan Love, telling me Jordan Love could go to the Seahawks for a second earlier, that just came out of your mouth. I don't know if Tyler Lockett goes for
Tyler Lockett would demand multiple, 2 seconds.
I don't know.
You need a second, a third.
I think if you didn't have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett was your guy.
Tyler Lockett can get a first. Tyler Lockett can get a first round pick.
I don't think
Tyler Lockett.
I don't think
first.
No shot.
A second, I can agree with that. A first, you're not getting a first for Tyler Lockett.
If a Super Bowl contender wants to give a first round pick for Tyler Lockett, you don't think that could happen? I think it could happen.
If you were I'll give you a first in 2 years, I'd be like, maybe.
Yeah,
but Tyler Lockett's giving you
first anytime soon.
Dude. Tyler Lockett is giving you 1,300 yards.
As the middleman here that is not involved in this in any way because I'm not a fan of either team. Luke is delusional about Jordan Love, and you're delusional about Tyler Lockett.
I'm not delusional.
Neither of them are worth what you think they're worth.
If Jake just said Jordan Love would go for a second, you can't tell me
you would need multiple picks, including a second to get Tyler
Amari
Lockett.
Cooper just went for a fifth. OBJ went for a 4th round pick.
That was a salary dump. That's all that was.
This would be a salary dump for the Seahawks.
If the Browns want a second or a third for Baker Mayfield and they're not getting that out of teams right now, Jordan Love is not going for a second round pick.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but he's
he would.
Period.
He's not.
I think he would. Baker Mayfield also.
If he went out there and the times that he's played or whatever, showed a little more than what he has, I think that there'd be a little more buzz around.
How many playoff wins? How many playoff wins does Jordan Love have, Luke? How many does he have?
How many wins does he have?
2 against one against the Want to get
Yeah,
no?
all right, yeah. Not sorry. Yeah, we're not counting Jimmy Garoppolo Super Bowls here. Let's talk about like
all right,
yeah.
all right. Listen, I don't think you could tell me that Tyler Lockett has more value.
I absolutely think I could.
I don't think so.
I think a team, if desperate enough for a receiver, would give up a first for Tyler
There
Lockett.
are far more.
No way. Devontae Adams just got traded for 2 first-round picks, and he's the best receiver in football, and that's like almost unheard of. 2 first-round picks, and then not Tyler Lockett, Tyreek Hill.
Unheard of.
That is.
Deshaun Watson just went for what, 4?
That's Deshaun Watson, and he's a top 5 quarterback.
You're saying 2 firsts is unheard of. We got Jamal Adams for 2 firsts.
Well, that was crazy, but that was a wild trade, especially.
It wasn't at the time. It was a first team All-Pro safety.
A receiver is one of the most replaceable positions in football, right?
Why are they getting so much?
You guys have. You're right. You're right, Luke. You guys have done a bang up job replacing.
They're not going.
No,
for
it's very replaceable.
They're not going for so much. Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, 2 of the top 3 receivers in football, are going for that much. Tyler Lockett
is, you could argue right now, Tyler Lockett is one of the best receivers in football. He doesn't get enough respect.
But one of the best is probably like top 20 because there's 20 top 10.
He's not. He's top 10.
With where the market is right now, though.
Tyler Lockett is
going to have to.
Tyler Lockett. I love Tyler Lockett. He was on my top 10 list the year that, what was that, after 2020. That was his crazy season when Russ went off. I don't think you can tell me Tyler Lockett is a top 10 receiver.
He literally would have done the same thing this year if Russ was healthy.
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
You're telling me in 2020 he was, but Russ got healthy.
The Seahawks would not get a first-round pick for a barely top 15 receiver.
Don't barely.
I mean, they're not going to get a first, and that's what I'm saying too. I don't think they're going to get a first for him.
I'm not saying they're going to. I'm saying if a team was desperate enough, and it was a team that was clearly a Super Bowl contender, and they knew their first-round pick was going to be, in the late 20s to 30s. Like, I don't think it's crazy that they could get a first-round pick, just 1 first-round pick out of a team. I don't think that's wild for Tyler Lockett.
No, I still think that's crazy. I think if you're a Super Bowl contender and you're needy at the wide receiver position, I think that if you're willing to give up that much, you're going to make a bigger splash than Tyler Lockett.
1 first-round pick isn't a lot, though. Like, Tyler Lockett's still in his prime, and he's got a contract right now.
For Tyler Lockett, it's a lot.
You get a 1,300 yard. You're getting 1,300 yards pretty much guaranteed. Tyler Lockett, bam.
I don't think so.
But it's just not flashy. Exactly, because it's not flashy. It's not a flashy 1,300. That's why nobody.
It's because if you're not a top 5 wide receiver, you're not getting a first-round pick. You're not getting a first-round pick if you're not top 5. Debo Samuel.
I'm not saying any. I'm saying
Debo Samuel would probably get a Tyreek Hill.
Not one. I don't care if it's pick 32. You're not getting it for Tyler Lockett.
You absolutely give up pick 32.
No, you're not.
Luke, if the Packers had pick 32 and they could give up pick 32 for Tyler Lockett right now, you don't think they do that?
No, because I think they could give up probably a third or maybe a second.
Gage. Okay, I'm getting away from his delusional line. Gage.
Tyler Lockett's not going for a first.
The Packers have pick 32, and you could get Tyler Lockett with 2 years left on his deal. You don't make that trade.
You'd have to give up more picks. You'd have to give up a pick with Tyler Lockett.
Like, why would I allow myself to get fleeced like that?
That's not getting fleeced. What are you getting at 32?
Tyler Lockett and a 3rd-round pick. I'll take it.
But that's not the point, though. The point is that
the point is you can get more for Tyler Lockett.
That's the fact of the matter. I can get somebody. I can get him or somebody of his caliber for less than what you want for him.
You can get multiple picks. Tyler Lockett would demand multiple picks.
Listen,
Jordan Love. Yeah, Jordan Love would demand
late second, maybe
1. Yes. Fair.
You just said Jordan Love would be a top 4 quarterback in this draft. So that's pushing first round. If we're
that's
saying,
not impressive in this
draft.
Saying
Kenny Pickett and Malik,
that's not impressive in this draft, Luke.
But I'm not saying it's impressive. I'm saying that's his
Jordan
value.
Love is not worth what you think he's worth.
I think he is. If he's a top 3 quarterback in this draft class, that is worth giving up a first round pick for.
Why do you keep trying to get rid of him then?
Because Aaron Rodgers. I would get. Listen. All right, we're doing Jordan Love, and I said I'll do Jordan Love.
I'm just and
in
a
awe. Third.
You're getting a former first team All Pro kick returner and 1,300 yard receiver.
He doesn't do kick return anymore.
Come on. Because they don't want to get injured. Ago. They don't want to get injured.
He wouldn't do it on the.
He's become too valuable wide receiver. That's the only reason he doesn't do kick returns anymore. Because they saw what happened to Ricardo Lockett. Did you see that shit when Jeff Heath knocked the shit out of him? Yeah, they don't want that happening.
Yeah.
He's too valuable now. That's why he's not doing kick returns.
Tyler
Tyreek
Lockett's
Hill wasn't
not
really doing
going
kick returns
for a
anymore
first-round
either.
pick. Never. If Devontae Adams is going for 2 first-round picks, I don't even think it's coming close.
First of all, you're acting like the Packers couldn't have gotten more for Devontae Adams because they could have. They just took 2 firsts.
I don't think they could have because Devontae Adams.
They could have gotten one more pick.
Devontae Adams asked to be traded. Devontae Adams wasn't going to play for the Packers. The Packers didn't have any leverage. That's why they took the 2 first-round picks. And honestly, with the lack of leverage that they had, I'm surprised they even got 2 first-round picks. I don't know.
Tyler Lockett with Geno
or not 2
Smith
first-round
this
picks.
year.
A first and a second. Sorry.
I
kept on saying 2 first-round picks. I meant
Tyler
a first and a
Lockett
second.
last year, 100 receptions, 1,000 yards. This year, with Geno Smith playing 5 games, he had 1,200 yards.
He's not a first-round pick.
You guys are delusional.
No, because think of his age. He's pushing 30. He's pushing 30.
Passing to Tyler Lockett.
He's pushing 30. Unless you're like a star quarterback, if you're pushing age 30, you're not getting a first-round pick.
Isn't Devontae Adams pushing 30?
Devontae Adams is an anomaly because he's the best receiver in the league.
No. Don't come in with it's an anomaly.
It is.
Anomaly. Oh, my God.
It is. Devontae Adams is far beyond the best receiver. Him and Cooper Kupp.
Tyler Lockett put up good numbers this year.
I'm not saying Tyler Lockett would go
just over 1,000.
I want to clarify.
1,000.
I am not saying Tyler Lockett is going to demand a first-round pick. I'm saying that if a team was desperate enough, they might be willing to give up a first-round pick.
I would take Amari
late
Cooper.
first-round pick.
I would take Amari Cooper over Tyler Lockett. Amari Cooper just went for a 5th-round pick.
As a salary dump, Luke, that's not even. We shouldn't even be talking about that trade.
If
that trade was not legitimate.
They both have huge salaries. You just
If any team was desperate enough, sure, but that's not going to happen.
I'm sure.
I think you have to be.
We're gonna flip flop. We're gonna flip flop in a few months when Jordan Love is a Seahawk and Tyler Lockett is a Green Bay Packer. We'll be flipping arguments.
Okay, so you got a guy that's been an All-Pro 3 times. Tyler Lockett, 1-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro. So
and he had
All-Pro kick returner. Yes.
Oh my God, he's never going to be used at kick returner ever again. Ever.
Yes, he will be. He just wasn't as a Seahawk because he became too valuable as a wide receiver. They want to get hurt and kick return. That's the only reason he wasn't used. He's been All-Pro 3 times as a kick returner, and he's also an 1,000, 11, 1,200-yard receiver on top of that.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying you could shake a team down for a late first-round pick for Tyler Lockett. Absolutely.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree.
I guess.
Oh, my God.
I guess so.
Well, the disrespect right now.
I love Tyler Lockett. I just think that, like I said,
I think Tyler Lockett's the most underrated player in the league, by the way.
I think you're
part of the problem. Look, I'm
not. Amari Cooper went for a 5th-round pick. I would take Amari Cooper.
What did he go for when he got traded to the Cowboys? What did he go for when he got traded to the Cowboys? What did he go for when he got traded to the Cowboys?
I think a second.
No.
What did he get traded?
You're both delusional about your player. Is all I'm saying.
Gage, would you give up if Marcus Colston was on a different team? Would you go for first round pick first?
But that again, you're playing into my mind.
No. Answer the question.
If he was on another team, would I give up a first for him? Like what? Like right now? What's the context? What
Marcus Colston in his prime, and you guys need a receiver. Late first.
What are we doing?
What are you thinking about? Because in a world, it's possible. And Marcus Colston never topped 1,202 yards.
But again, that's playing into my bias. I mean, he was one of our best receivers. He was the best receiver.
So is Tyler Lockett because you know how good Marcus Colston was.
Because we've never had good receivers.
Lockett is. Because you know how good Marcus Colston was, and everybody would think you're delusional for even hesitating on that. But you know how good he was.
You're not getting a fucking first for Tyler Lockett.
I'm not saying we are. I'm saying, okay, let me just clarify this. Tyler Lockett probably going to demand a second and a 4th. Like that would probably be a trade for Tyler Lockett.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Yes, that's probably what we would get. Okay. That is most likely what we would get. I'm saying it's not out of the realm. There is a world where I can imagine a team giving up a late first for Tyler Lockett. A team like the Chiefs,
But yes, I think it has to be sure. You know what? I'll agree. I think it has to be a very, very
so why is that wild?
Specific situation for that to
That's
happen.
what I'm saying.
But I don't think that situation is going to happen.
Because I said 90% of the time you're getting a Tyler Lockett demand a second and a fourth, something like that.
If the Packers were to choose, they have 22 and like 28 or something.
Yeah.
If they had to choose between getting Tyler Lockett or Jameson Williams and or Chris Olave with that pick, I'm going Jameson Williams, Chris Olave every time.
Well, that's fine because you're getting a rookie.
They have the upside. Yeah, they have the upside in the rookie contract. And
but if you're picking at 31, 32, like like the Chiefs know they will be, or like any of those teams know they will be.
In this class, I'm still not trading that pick for Tyler Lockett.
Not this year.
Yeah, not
next
class.
year. Next year's first round pick. I'm saying like you could get a 30, 31, or 32 pick for Tyler Lockett. Like the Chiefs, I think you could shake a first out of the Chiefs for Tyler Lockett.
I don't know. You know who won 32 a couple years ago was Lamar Jackson. Like you could get a great player.
Yeah, but what was it?
The value of these late first round picks are still crazy.
Yeah, first round pick's still a first round pick.
32 was what? Let's go through 32. Malcolm Brown, 2015. Let's go through David Wilson. He was a decent running back for the Giants. Who are some other 32s besides Lamar Jackson? Teddy Bridgewater
there was that 1 year where there wasn't a 32.
Teddy Bridgewater was a 32.
Oh, this only goes up to 2013. What? What are we doing?
Teddy was a 32.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more value in a 32 overall pick than a 30-year-old receiver.
29.
No matter like the way you spin it, unless you're
acting like he's slowing down. He's not.
You don't know that.
DeAndre Hopkins is 31.
But you don't know that. They could trade him and he can be completely terrible. That's why you'd rather have your first round pick.
You're going to look me in the eye and tell me if Tyler Lockett is traded, he's going to shit the bed. Seriously.
I'm not saying
You're
that.
saying he could be terrible. He's not going to be terrible.
I think there would be more value in that first round pick.
I think you're wild.
I think there's again, I think that it has to be a very specific situation.
And that's my whole point. I think
we're talking like
I am saying I think there is a situation where Tyler Lockett could. That's my whole argument.
We're talking
that it would have to be a specific
Rams,
point.
Les Snead, don't give a fuck at all about first round picks.
Yeah,
are trying to build a Super Bowl roster. Maybe I could see that.
Yes, the Chiefs I think would be in that conversation too because they desperately need a wide receiver right now. Juju's. Right. Let's not act like Juju's their number one.
Gage, if the Packers and the Seahawks were to trade, if they were to have a Jordan Love and Tyler Lockett trade,
you are not getting...
No, listen. It wouldn't be straight up. It wouldn't be player for player.
Okay.
Which team would be giving up a draft pick as well?
No
would it be the Packers giving up a draft pick or would it be Tyler Lockett the Seahawks giving up a draft pick?
The Packers would have to give up a draft pick.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Thank you.
I don't think so.
Thank you.
I 110% think so.
What has Jordan Love proven, Luke?
Nothing. If I'm looking for my quarterback of the future and I'm giving up a receiver, if I'm taking that shot on Jordan Love, I could take it for a hell of a lot
Luke,
less.
This is what I'm going to say to you, Luke. This is what I'm going to say to you. 5 years ago, you might be on the winning end of that draft. But a little guy by the name of Jimmy Garoppolo happened. So teams are going to look back at that and be like, probably not a good idea.
Jimmy Garoppolo led his team to a Super Bowl and another NFC championship. Almost 2 Super Bowls.
Yes, but
4 years. Would they have done that with?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Let's rephrase that question. Jimmy Garoppolo lost his team a Super Bowl. Let's rephrase. Listen,
that. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that good, but the facts are the facts. He led his team to a Super Bowl. They were trashed with CJ Beathard.
But you're saying led his team to a Super Bowl. The defense got him to a Super Bowl. The defense and Raheem Mostert got him to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost it for them because he couldn't make a throw.
And Deebo Samuel got him to
the NFC Championship.
If it was CJ Beathard or who was that other one?
Okay, so if it was this other guy who we know is significantly worse than this guy
listen,
is it Southern Miss?
I can't remember his name, but I know his face. face.
Nick
something.
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins. If it was either of those two.
Whoa. Nick Mullins is the 49ers franchise leader in yards per game. So
is he
You're
actually?
Right.
That's a fact.
You're right.
That is true.
You're right. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Totally Unqualified podcast.
N'Keal Harry was the 32 pick.
Sound off on
That's Bill
who
Belichick's
you think
fault.
has more value at this point, Jordan Love or
I think
Tyler
Bill Belichick
Lockett.
is another one that would give up a first for Tyler Lockett.
I think, listen, to close my argument,
I'm giving you
I think
multiple GMs
right now,
that could give up a first for Tyler.
Right
I'm
now,
proving my point.
Tyler Lockett has more value than Jordan Love right now, but you would trade Jordan Love for his upside and potential to be a great quarterback, just like you would be using a draft pick for. I think that's more valuable than a receiver going down.
I'd rather draft a guy at that point.
All right, we'll let the TU crew decide. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Totally Unqualified podcast. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating.
Jermaine Ifedi was 31. Boom.
Oh my
point
God.
proven. There, I'm walking off after that one. Bam.
All right, Gage, you have any closing?
Follow us on all of our socials. I would imagine we're probably going to put up a poll or something for this because we need an answer.
Be a debate.
We need to hear from the
want
people.
all of TikTok in on this. I don't give a shit.
Maybe we'll make a video or something, but watch out for that if you follow us on all of our socials. I am Extra Points, Luke is Football Fan Zone, Jake is Jake Maltese 3, and then we have all of our Totally Unqualified socials as well, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, where you'll probably find a poll for this. We have a TikTok for that as well. I'm sure there will be a video made. So watch out for that stuff.
But okay, people are gonna closing remarks before we get out of here. People are gonna spin this and say that I'm expecting will Tyler Lockett get a first round pick in return? That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying.
Something you'll just have to explain.
That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying Tyler Lockett would get a second and a fourth. That's what Tyler Lockett is most likely going to get from 30 NFL teams. From 1 or 2, you could shake a first out of the Chiefs, out of the Patriots, out of the Rams. Like you could.
Would you give up a second for Jordan Love? Second for Jordan Love.
A team desperate enough, maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't. The Seahawks would not. Yeah.
I think you could potentially get a second for him.
Yes.
For a team that's like quarterback needy, looking for a guy for the future, yes. But I wouldn't bank on it.
I would say Jordan Love gets a third or a fourth.
I don't think so.
That's his ceiling right there.
I don't know about that. All right.
But I want to clarify my argument.
All right. Okay. Oh, we got it. All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode.